very good morning to you, and thanks for joining us on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. As usual on the program, we bring you headlines, you give us your opinion, we amplify your opinion, we give you a voice. That's what we do on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's the radio for the people, by the people. So it's a democratic radio, more or less. Radio of the people, for the people, and by the people. Okay, what's it on the headlines this morning? We'll have to take that before we go to Rufai Hosseini's thoughts for today. We also hope to be joined by Prince Chilaka later on. And then we'll open our lines at about 8 o'clock for everybody else to say something. So, as you listen to the headlines, also prepare your minds to select which ones you want to talk about this morning. Send in your messages or just get ready to call us when the time is right. On the Punch newspaper this morning, the leading story is 432 billion naira probe. EFCC detains El Rufai, DSS on standby. Remember that El Rufai went on his own to visit the EFCC because he was invited via a letter. So he's going to be there for some time, maybe. We don't know. So for now, we just know that he's being detained. That means giving condition where there is no network. All right, they've suspended that, and the protesters returned to the field, as it were. So we know that the National Assembly is also under pressure. And we thank all Nigerians that are putting this pressure, whether you're putting the pressure by just talking or showing up at the National Assembly or writing about it. However, you're putting pressure on the National Assembly to do the bidding of the people who sent them there. We congratulate you. Your work is yielding dividends. electricity problems is to get solar for Aso Rock so that you will never know or feel it when the national grid collapses. It's weird. U.S. freezes assets of 8 Nigerians over alleged Boko Haram membership and cyber crimes. And Sharia Council defends Kwankwaso rejects U.S. Christian genocide claim. When will we reach a time when we'll just accept and say, okay, if you say he committed a crime, all right, prove it. And then you go clear your name. Why do groups need to come and protest and all that to say you're innocent when they were not there when the investigations were being carried out? If he's culpable, let him face the music. If he's not, let him be exonerated. Let the judgment be swift and let's see how it goes. Or let the proof be in public domain so that we can see as well. FCT elections, INEC confirms logistic materials in place and reps boycott Electoral Act harmonization as e-transmission showdown escalates. Maybe the reps are also having their own protest, after being pressured to bow to what the Senate passed. Okay, that's it for the Sun newspaper. Let's go now to the Daily Post newspaper. VAT removal won't tackle high cost of rent in Nigeria. That's according to stakeholders. Remember that houses and other things connected are tax-free now, according to the tax committee boss. And Nigerians are saying, is that all that you're going to do to make sure that rents come down? Whatever is it in Nigeria that goes up and comes down again? We don't know. What are the plans, the federal government's plans for housing for the people? Find out anywhere you find housing, federal government housing or state government housing. It's the people who are still capable of building their own houses that buy these houses. The people that the houses were supposed to be meant for cannot afford it. All right, let's leave it there for now. You might have your own headlines you want to talk about this morning. You might want to say something that did not make it to the headlines this morning or on the national dailies, but it's really something that concerns you, something that will build your community, something that will build our country, Nigeria, something that will keep us in peace, something that will make us great again. Maybe we should go to our own version of MAGA and be saying, make Nigeria great again. How are we going to coin that? But we need to return Nigeria to the days of glory because we were there and we have the potential to be there, but we're just not there now. Okay, so that's how it is. Let's go join Rufai for his thoughts this morning. And when we return, Prince Chilaka hopefully will be in the studio. Stay with us.
Right, thank you, Yogo. So now that they finally filed a case against El Rufai, the federal government and Nasir El Rufai, the Federal High Court in Abuja, count one, that you, El Rufai, as a guest on Arrive's TV station primetime program with jurisdiction of the court, did admit that you and your cohort unlawfully interjected the phone communication of NSA. That you, El Rufai, while appearing on Arise TV, within jurisdiction of the court, this states that you know and relate to certain individual who unlawfully intercepted the phone communications of the NSA. And this is contrary to and punishable under Section 27. That you, El Rufai, another group still at large, sometime in 2026 in Abuja, within the jurisdiction of the court, use technical equipment and system which comprise public safety, national instilling reasonable apprehension of insecurity by unlawfully intercepting the phone communications of National Security Advisor NSA, to which you are admitted during an interview on a Rise TV station primetime program, punishable under Section 31, subsection 2, Nigerian Communication Act 2023. And this has been pushed for service on the defendant. Let us go and quote some article written by Lasisi Olaguju in terms of writing back pages. Nigerian Tribune has one of the best back pages in this country. The likes of Lasisi Olaguju, the likes of Festus Adebayo. And those are the people that are top honchos. Anytime their back pages come out, among the intellectual class, it's a delight to read. And I will read some opinions making the rounds. From what we hear from Nasir, he is not alone in the mission to block Tinubu's Suez Canal, his routes to victory in 2027. People who had the capacity to do the unthinkable of tapping the telephone of a whole NSA will do more than they did and stand by it. It is clear what is coming is not merely an electoral battle. It is a lightning and thunder and rain and shrieking and crashing and seeking to reshape history. The real question is, who wins this fight and who survives it? And that's why I gave you a proper background of, the history of Nasir El-Rufai and Nuhu Ribadu. Somebody also said, the current ruffle between Tinubu and his agencies against El-Rufai might inevitably end up with the revelation of what happened in the 2023 elections. Professor Yakubu and his allies must be terribly concerned and fatally apprehensive about the burning disclosures if the gods oil and sustain the fights. Nigeria might be lucky in knowing what details of the past for once. And that's why another school of thought is that we are happy they are fighting now so that we know what really transpired in the last election, because we all still want to know what caused the technical glitch. They may also be dancing surugede in the AK market, naked with their little man gods dangling before the sharp Ubeleje knife. The days of the long knife are beginning to shine under the sweltering heat of betrayal and the wicked spirit of this deception. El-Rufai and Ribadu, both heinous conspirators, that's what this writer is saying. In Nigeria's case, might soon be paying obeisance to the gods of thunder and revelation. So these are some thoughts. And that's why I said, see, these people, it's not today they've been going back and forth. They both know each other. Some are saying it's good, let them fight. But we don't want us to be drawn into their fights. Like, for instance, there were protests at the EFCC. Supporters and critics of El-Rufai converged at the EFCC. They were demanding, supporting, while others were called on. They were dividing the demands. While some were supporting in favor of El-Rufai, others were calling EFCC to subject him to thorough investigation. So there was a lot of back and forth as regards that. At the same time, DSS files 3-count charge against El-Rufai. So these are the things that are going on. Inflation rate drops to 15.1%. Anyway, this inflation rate is quite suspect in the calculation because, number one, my arguments. How can you have inflation rates at 15% and you have interest rate at 27%? Isn't inflation supposed to follow the pattern of interest rates? That's one. Number two, this is a rebased calculation. If you look at the parameters at which they are using as base year, the base year they picked was the year in which inflation was highest. But if you calculate it with another base year that is more current, with the year it came like 2023, you see that the inflation number should be higher than all of this. So, the Bureau now applies a 12-month period with the average consumer price index for 12 months and 2024 was set at the base year to equal 100. 2024 was where the what is it called was highest. I would have thought if they were going to set a base year, you should be able to set a base year at 2023. If you calculate the 2023 base year parameter, it's going to be different. So these are the things we are looking at. The self-fuel inflation declined to 8.89% year on year in January compared to 10% recorded in December. These are questions. But is it practical? Are we seeing the effect? Are people not still suffering? Are we funding our budgets? No. Have we been able to solve insecurity? No. For instance, the government has not said anything as regards to people kidnapping Kwara. So let's keep looking at all of these things. Let's keep challenging the status quo. All we just want is for the country to be better. United States imposing sanctions on 8 Nigerians over alleged ties to terrorist organization and all of that. This was announced in a publication by U.S. Department of Treasury. It was captured in a 3,000-page document, specially designated nationals and blocked person SDN list. The list provides the notice of persons whose properties have been blocked under U.S. law, specially designed nationals and other persons. Prohibitions. Among those designated is Salihu Adamu, who is known as Salihu Yusuf. He was identified having links to Boko Haram. Among 6 Nigerians convicted in 2022 by the United Arab Emirates to raise funds. Oluwole Adamulero, he was identified under multiple alliances. Also designated is Abu Abdul Ibn Umar al-Banawi, Baba Idris, reportedly born between 1989 and 1994. Al-Banawi, Abu Musa al-Banawi, and also known as Habib Yusuf, identified as Boko Haram leader. Khalid al-Banawi, born 1976. Ibrahim al-Hassan, born in 1981. Kadil al-Miyuki, born in 1982. Orson Benson, born in 1987. Under Cyber 2 sanctions, we target individuals involved in significant malicious cyber-enabled activities, holder of Nigerian passports. Under the sections, all property and interests of this listed individual within the U.S. jurisdictions are blocked. And then the United States designate Boko Haram as a foreign terrorist organization in 2013. So some of the people from the UAE lists, the government of the United States have started designating them as terrorists, and they are blocking their assets. Atiku is hailing El-Rufai on his 66th birthday, saying man of courage. Anyway, El-Rufai had said that he was going to go to FCC on his birthday. FCT polls, Nigerians can't be intimidated, as ADC tell Wiki. And please, we must be able to tell people in the FCT that they must not intimidate voters in any way, shape, or form. Because somebody was calling me and telling me that, hope you are not going to intimidate voters. Please, that local council election must be allowed to be held free and fair. All right, that's just it. Please, let's call a spade, please. We must allow those elections to be held free and fair. Nobody must try to outmuscle or intimidate the other person. Please. Soldiers, civilian JTF operatives killed as troops foil attack in Borno State. DSS filed 3-count charge against El-Rufai. Like I said before, protests going on. Capital importation rose 380% to 6 billion in Q3. They said the capital importation is going up. But the question we should ask is, what kind of capital importation? What kind of inflow? Most of the inflows that have come into Nigeria are foreign portfolio investments. Foreign portfolio investment does not liberate a lot of an economy. Because our currency is cheap, people can easily bring money, come to our portfolio market. People can come in, get 1 or 2 things in our portfolio. But that's not real. The real investment we're talking of is like the one that happened in Anambra, in Enugu State. It's like the real development we're talking of is like the one that happened in Enugu State, where you have proper development, $20 million invest in factory. The capital is patient. Those people can't pack up and say they are leaving tomorrow. That's the kind of real investment we have, and kudos to the Enugu state government on that. Those people cannot say they are leaving tomorrow. They will stay there, they will fix the investment, they will fix the economy, $1 billion, they will expand on it. But when you are saying, no, we are having foreign inflows and it's foreign portfolio investments, and the money is so quickly to leave the economy, you can't grow an economy that way. All right? So take, for instance, among the financial institutions, Standard Chartered received the highest capital importation of over 2 billion, representing 35%. It was followed by Standard Chartered, Stan Chart IBTC with 1.7 billion, Citibank with 561 million. Reports show that capital inflow during the period originated largely from the United Kingdom, which accounted for 2.59 billion, followed by the US, which accounted for 950 million. And see, be hearing, the Nigerian banking sector recorded the highest capital inflow, 3.14 billion. That's not foreign direct investment. You see, it was just foreign portfolio. This was followed by financing sector, 1.85 billion. Manufacturing just got 261 million. Manufacturing should get the bulk. Agriculture received $24 million. So this is not quality, the kind of foreign direct investment we are talking about, capital importation. We are talking about money that goes to sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, and the likes. Most of it was just banking transaction money, and they come to the banks. I mean, when we say they are celebrating a receipt of foreign direct investment, no, it's not going far enough. This is what they call foreign portfolio. Yeah, they will list under capital importation, but it's just foreign portfolio investment. We need more good money. That's foreign direct investment that really makes an economy. And a lot of people that are reacting to what will be said that those that don't count election will be counted. Should they rig election in the first place? Have we forgotten how people use violence to rig election? Most of people always feel that they have monopoly of violence. They should not be allowed to rig election. We all remember how they did Oro leading up to the last election. It was after they lost election, the first election, they were doing Oro. And they were doing all sorts of shenanigans just to rig elections. Now they've gotten the power now. What have they done for the people? Nothing. Nothing. Has the people's life become better with the power they so-called rig and beat people to get? No. So let's keep speaking truth to power at all times.
Thank you very much, Rufai, for your thoughts this morning. It's still the voice of the people, 90.3 FM, and it's the front page review. We're being joined by Prince Chilaka here in the studio. Good morning and welcome to the program, Prince.
I'm good. Good morning.
Okay, you started with a smile. I like that. Okay, let's go straight to the Punch newspaper. It leads with 432 billion naira probe. EFCC detains El Rufai, DSS on standby. That means there are two stories there. According to this newspaper, he's being detained by EFCC and DSS, possibly because of the comment of hacking someone's phone, is on standby to see what will happen. So, your comments.
Well, let me say that when two elephants fight, it is the ground that suffers it. What we have playing out is show of force between the federal government and El-Rufai. And I think before now, El-Rufai has been very clear on his mission. He hasn't budged to anything. He says, look, I know what we did. Let me quote him now. Now we have to quote people well. He said, I know what we did to bring this president to power. And I know what I will do, even if it's at the cost of my life, to ensure that he does not come back 2027. So I think the battle line has been drawn. And I believe that El-Rufai knows what is involved, and he knows he's taking his time, and but then the onus of proof. Let me quickly say that for the NSA, for the office of the NSA to admit that the NSA's phone is bugged, he should be sacked. He should be sacked. It shows high level of ineptitude. It shows that the NSA himself is not on top of his job. The hunter has suddenly become the hunted. That is what's playing out. And unfortunately, the hunter did not even know when they started hunting him. So for me, it's not something we should clap. It's not something we should be happy about, but it's something we should ask ourselves. This NSA, is it worth the onions? How can an NSA's phone be tapped and it's not aware?
Let us call this title in full: National Security Advisor.
Yes,
Let it not be like
you are the man. You are the man that all other agencies report to.
Yeah.
So everything that has
matters.
to do with security of the nation stops on your table, and then your phone is like saying that his house is bugged and he's not aware. Well, I'm not surprised. Don't forget that a few months back, one of the cars of the NSA was stolen. So it simply shows you that there's something wrong with our security architecture. With the federal government security architecture, something is wrong. So I think it's an indictment on the NSA to accept and agree that his phone was bugged and he was not aware of it.
Okay, let's go to. I like the way Vanguard titled this one: Electoral Act, hide and seek game in Abuja as reps avoid joint meeting.
They should. The reps have done what they should do as representatives of the people. They have done what they should do, even if they know that to a lot of them, if you do that, transmission online, on time, a lot of them will not come back. Let us look at things very well. A lot of people who came under the platform of Labour Party, riding on the back of P2B and got into the House of Rep, obviously know that they cannot come back a second time. So now everybody's jittery. But the rep looked at it and said, look, this is the wishes of the people. And for once, the House of Rep has lived up to his bidding. So why would you not call them for a joint session when you know that they have done their own and you are doing your own wrongly? Because whatever session they hold, and if the rep budges, it is the same way Nigerians are looking at the Senate today that we will look at the House of Rep. And we will now begin to categorize every one of them as enemies of true democracy. All we're asking for is for this country to move forward. And for this country to move forward, the first starting point is leadership. How do we elect people into leadership positions? If we get that right, every other thing will fall in place. You don't need to give me 2 cups of rice, balls of onions, noodles, 5,000 or 10,000 for me to vote for you. I must vote for you because I know that you have the integrity, you have the vision, and you believe in the project called Nigeria. You're a patriotic citizen. So all this idea of bribing people to get into office has to come to an end. And the day we end it, that is the day Nigeria will begin to move forward.
Okay. Interesting. Fintry is saying Tinubu's bold reforms are freeing funds for development. So, Amadu Fintry is the governor of Adamawa State. So, That's what he's saying. I think he's in the opposition.
He's still in the opposition.
He's on position, and there are rumors that this visit of the president
is for him to the camp.
Yeah, so
you see, the thing is with our governors is that yes, there is no governor in Nigeria today that will not sing the praises of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he has made a lot of funds available to them, and the funds.
But is it his funds? That's the question I keep asking.
The problem we have is a sad one, and I'll put it this way: I come to you, and I collect money from you, and I go and build a borehole. And the money I collected from you is the money that the community raised and gave to you. So you're giving me from the community's money for me to do a borehole. After doing the borehole, what do? I now come back to you, I put your picture there, I call the whole crowd, and I begin to say, bless this man. The money is not his money. The money is the money of the people. But just because of the way we don't have what I call proper, division of responsibilities and labor, proper governance structure. So any money that comes from anywhere, whoever gives the money is being praised. And that is a psychophancy within the system. It's psychophancy, nothing else. You're getting what you're entitled to. What is due to you from the collective wealth of the people. And then you are thanking the man, you are praising the man that just simply made sure that whatever is due to you is sent to you. Is that not the height of psychophancy?
It's just passing through my head, like, community people are donating money, or maybe a committee of friends donating money to buy the cow, goes and buys a goat and comes and gives you. And apart from even
the fact that he has reduced
it, you are still praising him as if it is his money.
It's a sickening situation we have in Nigeria.
Oh,
it's sickening. I mean, you see a local government chairman that collects money from the people, digs a borehole, he puts his picture there.
Yeah.
So it's
so if federal government can do palliative, the famous rice palliatives, and then some people will keep it and put their pictures and distribute on their birthday, and then people will be clapping for them. People who should have maybe collected one bag of rice each will now be collecting like 5 kg with a photograph of someone who is stealing the rest. And they're clapping.
Now, the unfortunate thing in Nigeria, and I keep saying it without mincing words, is that Nigeria has become a country where the oppressed, the downtrodden, those that have their slave masters putting their knees on their neck will turn around and be praising them. Nigeria is a country that the people will praise and worship their slave masters.
Stockholm syndrome. Okay, now let's look at what you make of the fact that U.S. has frozen assets of 8 Nigerians over alleged Boko Haram membership and cybercrime. Could this be the famous list that the government has refused to release that is coming out piecemeal? Or you think America might have its own list?
Well, whether it is that or America has its own list, the names that I mentioned, do you know anybody?
I really don't know.
Can you identify anybody?
I really don't know them that much.
So we need to know who they are. Are they within Nigeria or are they outside Nigeria? We want to be able to trace them to their family roots, to their mother and their father and their villages. We need to be able to trace them. So that's my problem with such names, because you release name, it can be Mark Anthony, Tobias. There are too many Tobias in Nigeria.
And the worrisome thing is that this should have given us, like I asked, whether these are some of the names on that famous UAE list that was sent to us. The federal government maybe could have confirmed 1 or 2 things, but they are very silent about it. And in fact, some people who are being indicted are being fought for on many fronts back home in Nigeria. For instance, the conqueror of this world and all that. And then if you're doing that, then we ask the question, who really are on the list that they have refused to release?
When we say who and who is on that list, let me also say, since the American government has become the watchdog for Nigeria.
Unfortunately.
That's the truth. What your government should be doing is not what the American government is doing. And then I ask, if the strike that happened on the 25th of December 2025, as we're told, that the Nigerian government provided intel. Is it the Nigerian government that is also providing intel for these people who are called financiers that the American government is ruling out?
That they're now releasing in America and not,
And not
in
here.
Nigeria.
And why is it that the Nigerian government has not come out boldly? Because since Kwakwanso's name, got mentioned, Nigerian government hasn't said anything. So it's like the government is saying, it is not our fight. It's not our responsibility. We're not involved. Go and resolve your matter with America. But we forget that the problem of financing Boko Haram terrorism is affecting the Nigerian people. It's happening on the Nigerian soil. So our government should be in the forefront to be the one to say, these are the people, these are this and this. They should give us more information. But you see, the silence of the government is worrisome. So it's like, it's a battle between America and whoever, they catch, or whoever, comes to their mind. But it shouldn't be like that. We should be in the forefront. We should be the ones hailing our government to say, oh, the Nigerian government has done this. We should be the ones praising the Nigerian government and not the other way around. So for me, something is wrong, somewhere, and Malami has been in detention. Why have they not collected the list from him? Since they said he's the one who took the list from the president and locked it up.
In this day and age, a list is a piece of paper that can be locked up.
So we need. It sounds ridiculous and funny.
Nights of 1,000 laughs. Oh, I remember that. Anyway, VAT removed won't tackle high cost of rent in Nigeria, according to stakeholders. Federal government is trying to bring down the cost of rent in Nigeria by removing tax on houses and some other things that are connected to rents. So,
well, I'll say this with all sense of responsibility, that the government is not being truthful to Nigerians, because as at 1st of January 2026, landlords, it was like they held a meeting and increased rents astronomically. You find somebody who has been paying 1 million yearly, and your landlord is saying, you have to start paying me 3.5 million.
yeah, I was talking about a case the other day where somebody said he was paying 350,000 naira, and the landlord wrote him a letter and said he's going to pay 800,000 naira now.
So where is the
And just said, if you cannot pay, drop the keys and go.
That's what because they know you have no other option. The government has not provided an option for Nigerians. See, when we say that, the government in her policies, in some of the policies they embark upon, they don't think it through. I remember vividly well, when I was growing up, the late Lateef Jakonde of Lagos, there was crisis. There was a housing crisis in Lagos. And when the crisis came up, what happened? The landlords began to increase the rents as if they just carry all their family problems and put on the rents. And what did Jakonde do? Jakonde did not tell you, I'm going to remove this. No. The man quietly started building low-cost houses. 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, low-cost houses. Across the entire state. It was like, and they're all prefabbed.
Yeah.
So the time frame for construction was short. And what happened? People now had options. If you're staying in a 3-bedroom private residence and the landlord is trying to kill you, The government house is there. You go and rent it.
And by the way, he didn't have 2 tenors.
Just one. And that's why I keep saying that when you talk about leaders who had patriotism running through their bloodstream, you talk about the late Simon Bakwa of Imo State. You talk about the late Jakonde of Lagos State. You talk about the late Ajansi of Ogun State. You talk about Solomon La. These are men, when they speak and they tell you good morning, you know it is morning. Our politicians today, our wicked leaders today, when they tell you good morning, you need to go out and be sure that the day has broken. Because it's no longer about the people. It's no longer about the country. It's about individuals who believe that they must eat the national cake and finish it. And that's where the problem is. We do not have leaders with a conscience. We do not have leaders that are patriotic anymore. And that is why Nigeria is the way it is. So telling me you're removing VAT, it's not the solution. Why is it that government has not been able to, since 2015 to date, how many houses, low-cost houses, have the APC government built across the entire nation? Even the ones they build and they say they have commissioned, who do they give them to? It's still the same people in government that end up buying them. Because you build a house, you say it's a low-cost house, and you put the price at 23 million. A man earning 70,000 naira a month, how do you expect him to buy one?
Yeah.
So for me, it's not just about all these rhetorics that they're talking about. It's in terms of practicality. What is practicable? Why is it that government? Okay, if government says, good, let us do delineation. You say, if you're living in Yaba, this is the minimum and maximum you must pay. Sulere, this. Asaba, this. Onitsha, this. That is a starting point. But the government will not do it. And then you're telling somebody, how much is a bag of cement today? So somebody who raises money, gets a land that is not cheap anymore, and builds a house, and you're asking him to give the house at what rate? Bring down the cost of items. So when you say, inflation has dropped, I laugh. I laugh in Spanish. A bottle of granite is still 2,007. Some are selling 3,000 naira. So where is this inflation that is dropping by Nigerian is the Bureau of Statistics? I don't know. Where are they getting their figures from? No, where are they getting their figures from? So when you say inflation has dropped, the cost of items has dropped, where are they dropping? Maybe there's a special market that you and I and a lot of Nigerians are not aware of. Maybe there are special filling stations that petrol is so cheaper than what it is in the open market. When you say inflation has dropped and the cost of living has gone up, the Nigerian people, it is not you that will tell us. It is the Nigerian people that will say, I bought this thing last month for 10 naira. This month is now 5 naira. And you know Nigeria is a country where whatever goes up never comes down. But if things begin to come down, you and I will know. Nobody would need to tell us. It's going to be very obvious. So we're not where I believe that we're still in a country where there's internet, not the kind of internet that cannot transmit results, but we have internet. We have information everywhere.
Yeah.
So you and I, we're not the senators who are saying in their own village where they come from. They've been senators, some have been senators for 16 years, some 8 years. They don't have internet. And they are proud to call themselves senators. And the things that our children do these days, a lot of our children, this phone that we value. I remember when this GSM came to Nigeria. People were buying SIMs for 30,000, 50,000. Today they are begging you to buy the SIM.
They will even put some money on the SIM.
On the SIM. You have POS all over the place. So how do they transfer money to the people? Okay, now the government should come and tell us. They say they are doing, cash transfer to vulnerable Nigerians, to the poorest of the poor. Please, how are they transferring the money?
They are in the city. The poor people are in the city.
That's why I have city boys.
Possibly.
But you forget that for you to be a city boy, you must first of all be a village boy. And no matter how strong you are in the city, you must come back to the village. So the village boys that they have refused to train, the village boys that they have refused to give good education, the village boys that they have refused to build hospitals for them to go and take treatment, they are waiting for the city boys.
Okay, but let's see. This administration said, because the man at the helm of affairs said that if he cannot give us electricity in 6 months, he should not be voted back into power.
He has given you electricity.
Now everybody is...
It's you that does not understand what he means. Everybody is now using solar. He has given you electricity.
Yeah.
Those who are not in band A, band B, they are in bandwagon, bandless, or bandits.
Bandits even, or rubber band.
So you see,
but now, how do you make of this? This is not a new thing. We heard a long time ago how they spent so much money to try to connect Asu Rock to solar instead of the national grid. While the national grid is collapsing every other day like an epileptic patient, we are now seeing Asu Rock, the seat of power, being connected to solar, while the rest of Nigerians are to their fate.
But you see, we expect too much from leaders who are not accountable, from leaders who do not respect the wishes of the people. What they are actually telling you is that on your lower, you are on your own. That's what they're telling you. Because, you see, what will play out is that it will get to a time when they finally move Aso Villa out of the national grid completely. If it collapses, nobody bothers. That's the truth. So imagine what will happen in a country where everybody goes solar. And those who have invested, or those who bought PCN or whatever they call them, PACN, what would they do?
Maybe the plan is to put the entire Abuja on solar, because if, for instance, you have a situation where the Lagos state government, even though they are denying it, will be budgeting so much billions of naira to build houses for people who are representing their various villages in Lagos, to give them houses in Abuja. Maybe that's the game plan, so that when there's no light in their villages, they should have light somewhere else.
Let us ask ourselves, these governors, since 1999, isn't it, to date, what are their benefits?
Even after leaving office.
Yes, what do they benefit? I remember that as at the time Fashola came to Lagos as governor, a bill was signed. And that bill said that an ex-governor would have a house in Lagos, have a house in Abuja, have medical allowance for their family members, no amount fixed. Some will have 6 cars every 3 years, some will have 2 cars, and all of that. The question we should be asking is, were they beneficiaries? Because this thing cuts across. It was like a wildfire at that time. And I believe that up to today, some former governors are still beneficiaries. Some of your former governors, who I keep saying did not do anything in their states, are cooling off in their retirement home, which is in Senate.
The Senate.
So, what are they doing? They're also collecting from the state. They're collecting from the Senate. I hear some governors who are doing their 2 term now, some who have been senators before, that went to become governor, are already planning to go back to the Senate. You've been a senator maybe 2 term, you went to do governor 2 term, you now want to go back to the Senate. And as bad
as that of the governor might be, But what will the state assembly, what business does the state assembly member have with Abuja?
They are following the footsteps of their bosses.
If they must do the terrible thing of building houses for people who are paid humongous amount of money as salary, and whether they like it or not, whether Nigerians like it or not, we know that there are also Ghana must go benefits. These people have this kind of money, and then you're still going to build houses in Abuja. I expected that if you must do that crime, you should take the house to this village.
I like the last word you used, that crime. Because it is criminology. It is criminal for you. You are earning more than 70,000 naira a month. You have car allowance, free medicals. You have steward allowance. You have all manner of allowance.
Hardship allowance.
Why would the state still build houses for you? The problem of Nigeria is multifaceted. And we need to start from somewhere. The day we make leadership uninteresting in terms of the largesse that goes with it. Yango, if Nigerians say today that for you to be a chairman, let's start from councillor, for you to be a councillor, your monthly salary will be 70,000 naira. A lot of people will not contest. And if you peg it to the point where you say the minimum a president should earn is 1 million naira.
Maximum 1 million.
Maximum. A lot of people will not come out. But we have seen leadership in Nigeria as an avenue to get rich quick. Our leadership in Nigeria is worse than 419, Yahoo Yahoo. You are earning 14 million naira every month. For doing what? Some of you come to the Senate and sleep. Some of you have never raised one bill since you joined the Senate. And you collect 14 million naira. Meanwhile, the civil servant who spends 35 years is earning 70,000 naira.
If he retires, some of them will not even have the money until they die.
Which money?
And their children
They
will now be
kill,
fighting.
and that is the problem. That's why I said Nigeria has become a country where the oppressed, rather than fight their slave masters, rather than say enough is enough, they say no, they're happy about it. They're extremely, extremely happy about it. And I keep asking, who did this to us? And this hailing of slave master cuts across every fabric of this nation. It happens in the religious institutions. It happens in educational sector. It happens everywhere.
We are in a fix.
No.
Nigeria, my country.
No. It's not.
Okay, but let me just use this time before we open the lines. Some people, because of what is happening now, are so discouraged about 2027. It seems maybe they are falling for mind games. I don't know, but let me hear.
All right, this is what I'll say to
Yes,
Nigerians.
please.
I believe that everybody was hot 2023, the way the elections went, but you cannot throw away the child with the dirty water. You cannot have a semblance of good governance, a governance that is accountable, a governance that is responsible, if you, as a Nigerian, refuse to do your own bit.
True.
Your bit is go out there, get your voter's card. It doesn't cost you anything. Hold on to it. On the day of election, vote the man that your conscience allows you to vote.
Some people are saying they're trying their best to get these voters' cards, but they're being frustrated.
That I can attest to. I have applied because I might got defaced. I've applied. It's been like, no, I don't even know. I've gone to where I was supposed to go and check more than 2-3 times. Nothing is happening. And you see, this is where I blame INEC. Voters' card is supposed to be a continuum, whether there's an election or there's no election. So you don't close shops after the election, and then a few months to the next election, you start to say, oh, go and collect your voter's card, knowing that in every year, a lot of Nigerians are turning 18. And those who are turning 18 needs to get their voters card. There's a lot that is wrong with the system. The bureaucracy in Nigeria, the bureaucracy in governance is annoying. And this whole idea of, you must be a lapdog to a party to get what you want. It's something that is new to us. When you see a governor will come out and tell you, if you don't wear a particular cap, you will not enter government house.
Others say you can't get contract.
You can't get contract. And some of them call themselves pastors. Oh, Jesus. We're in trouble.
Okay, let's pay some bills and then open the lines for our people to talk to us.
Say you don't hear.
Say waiting.
Say Nature's Renaissance International Limited (NRI). They bring their Lagos Mega Seminar come Oshodi and the environment this time. You say the Lagos Mega Seminar of this time. So what they want to do so? Where they tag no more disease, no more poverty. Go the shele for Abiba to Mogaji Legislative Hall for Oshodi Solo Local Government on the 19th of February 2026. Now 10 o'clock for morning. Now they start special guests for that day. Now the oga patapata himself, Professor Clinton Brown. NRI don't they make people get money berekete before? How you go join NRI? Talk say you broke. Too late. NRI way they use everything of nature. They talk to money they make Nigerians millionaire. And you know what? Free medical checkup there anytime when you want to. The people wey fit join this seminar now students, graduate, housewife, people wey they find better and clean way to take make their money for 2020s. If you want me they keep seat for you, I think you want me they yarn you more, call them for 0915 989 4333 0915 989 4339 or 0706 151 7156. NRI not they play because if others not pay, NRI they pay. NRI go pay. If others pay you, NRI go
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to connect with you. If you're listening to us, this is the time to call or send that message to us so that we can hear your thoughts. The numbers are 080 36929933, 08036929933, or 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903. For WhatsApp is 08171756338, 08171756338. Send us that message or call us on WhatsApp as well. Let's begin with your call. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Yango. Prince, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Robert.
Okay.
Yango, I am. Let us thank Rufai. In a way, you understand, for the revelation. I know that tapping somebody's phone is a criminal offense and it goes along with a J-term. But on the other way, we should thank that man for this revelation. Like Prince have said, if somebody's phone call, that person of such a magnitude, phone call is being tapped and he did not deny it, tell me, my brother, the fight against insecurity in Nigeria. It means some of these, I'm just alleging, some of these terrorists and bandits might be privy to certain information. Even look at the brigadier general that was killed in that forest. You know, they said his WhatsApp was hacked. Till today, nobody will tell us who hacked that man's account. And again, the chemical that Rufai mentioned, what is that chemical meant for? I am afraid, Nyambo. You know, if somebody want to harm, it is somebody that is close to you that will do the harm. You understand? If you look at the way some people die, maybe through microphone, they speak and they get cancer, something like that. Some may use that. Look at Bacha now. They say apple, but some other information said it was in on this ray. He put his hand and the thing begin to. I don't know. Just we read a lot on internet. So I am afraid the people that are close to this president the man need to scrutinize them very well, very well. You understand? God will bless Nigeria. Thank you very much, Nyambo, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you to you too, Raphael. Hello, Echo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yangu.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Mike, calling from a small area of Lagos.
Mike, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Priscilla, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, I must confess to you, that's what the Bible describes as at the appointed time. So most of these things you are seeing now, hearing, is not far from God's plan and purpose for this country. Okay, we have been suffering, gnashing our teeth due to the fear of unknown. But good thing is happening like this. Let me tell you one thing. All of them are involved. Name it Erufai, Bola Tinubu. Name it who is in this country. At the top, at the hem of our face. They are all involved. And that is why Erufai had the audacity to talk without fear, without, getting panicked. Look at the other, this man that negotiated between them and the bandits. Look at him talking to them, moving around, because he knew that even the man at the hem of our face knew what is happening. But to the glory of God, we are driving to somewhere. Erufai, yes, he was involved, but good thing is happening this way. And we need more of this fight, because as they continue to fight, we shall be getting more. The secret will be leaking and be taking our time. And as for the substance, the import, you see now, that is why, like imagine them, they cannot have their detention there. That's why I have refused to take anything from them, because anything can happen. This is a very great revelation. If we know that God works in diverse ways, unless those that understand spiritually, a lot of this is going to come up. And I want to let you know, if they let the whole governors in the world join APC, this election we are about to have now is between APC and Nigeria. Secondly, telling people to go and get their PVCs. Look at the Lagos, that are denying people PVCs. And they do PVCs, especially in this part of western part of this country. That deny people of, especially if you are from the eastern part of this country, if you come for PVC, they will not give you. So, personally, I pray for more of this fight, because as they fight, their secret will continue to live. May God take glory in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, this message is saying, good morning, VOP family. El Rufai spent night in FCC custody. Is good and fine. Let him explain how he spent public funds entrusted to him while in office. I asked EFCC, how about Yahya Bello's case? He's left to go for Hajj, for prayer. What a country. Can Senate leave Natasha alone for once and let her perform her legislative function that she was voted for? Benjamin from Shogule. You heard that story about Natasha, where she was having a shouting contest with others because there was a meeting that was held that concerns her directly, but she was not invited to the meeting.
I think this is the worst Senate we've ever had. And unfortunately, the Nigerian women are the one who vote in these people. The Nigerian women, they have to begin to think out of the box. You can't have a Senate dominated by men. Even the few women in the Senate don't speak out. They don't speak out. No, if you notice the Senate, the moment you challenge the constituted authority in the Senate, is either your salary is withheld, your allowances is withheld, or you're sent on suspension. So they are scared. But I don't know why you must be scared among your equals. You know, if other senators can come up and say, look, it is time to end this thing. You cannot keep harassing the woman, keep trying to undermine her. It's ridiculous, honestly speaking.
Is it because she's a woman, or is it because she's in opposition?
Two things. One, she's a woman. Two, she's in opposition. Three, because of the issues she had with the Senate president. You can't rule that out. Because after all, I heard somebody saying, your name was removed from higher authority. That's what she said. Who is the higher authority?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Yangu. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I am Samuel calling from Allen.
Samuel, go ahead.
Okay. I want to salute Mr. Chilaka so especially because he has been able to express my mind this morning exactly as he said it. We are in it. Sorry, we are in it because the heat is not going to be tribally affected. It is going to be nationally affected. So we are in it. If Nigerians like, let them do what is necessary or be ready to face more heat. I thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
How are you, my brother?
I'm fine.
In fact, I'm really lucky today to get you people right.
We are lucky to get you too.
Yes, my name is Femi.
Oh, Femi.
Calling from my true.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Mr. Sinakavi.
Yes, Prince Chilaka.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
I'm really very happy that you are trying to compare all these are baby governors with Babaja Konde. Please, the gap is much. When we were discussing the issue of that house rent or whatever, if not for Jakande, if not for that Baba, honestly, may so continue to rest in peace. Amen. If not for him, people like me that is talking now, maybe I would have gone back to Ile Ife, where I come from. So what am I saying? Do you know that we paid 1,500? What am I? Is it up to 1,500 or 150 or 800 naira? No, 50 naira to collect from. Then we paid another 100 naira or thereabouts. Small money there, but it was a money. Why am I saying all this? Rent, the issue of house 10, letting, right? Very, very expensive. That is when you will be seeing about 8 people or 9 people in a room. Very terrible. And the man just came to our rescue. The Jakande house that you are talking about today, how much will you pay then? I think 5,000 or 6,000 naira for 2 bedroom, then 7,000 naira for 3 bedroom. Do you know that as of today that you are talking, 2 bedroom to buy a 2 bedroom dear now, you have to equip yourself with well over 20 million, 30 million. What's the cost? The government. Immediately they started building their own, right? Come and see what they are taking, what the price they put on it. It's no more for the so-called civil servant, unless you are stealing, unless you are making money unnecessarily. It's no more. The one they built in our estate, right? They just started with, I think, about 15 million then. Later, 20-something million. Now, 40, 60 something million. So, what I'm just saying now is that please, maybe if you continue to shout, if you continue to talk, probably we see reasons. All the governors are receiving a lot of money, which they're supposed to use for the masses. But it's all sharing, like PDP slogan. Share the money, PDP, share the money. APC now. What they are doing is nothing but sharing money. People's money. Okay. Are wet.
All right.
Literally, Tinubu, our Gafata wants to go for second term. You need to look into all this. People are suffering. People are dying of hunger.
All right.
People are dying of hunger. Recently, please, just a minute.
Okay,
I will round up now.
All right, yes.
Recently, our so-called former Labour president, Oshiomhole, do you know that guy said that food is so very, very cheap now in Nigeria? I don't know where he has got his figure. I don't know whatever that may be in mind for him to be misleading people. Those people that are very close to our president, they are just misleading him. They don't ever give him a thorough figure of what is happening in Nigeria. Very terrible. But Nigeria will survive by the grace of God. Good morning.
Good morning.
My regards.
Thank you very much. And like I say, we are so glad that we were able to have you today. Okay, so, well, food is so cheap for people who import pizza from Italy and all that.
I mean,
food is cheap.
ice
for them.
cream
Yes, ice cream.
from UK, just overnight, in less than how many hours is here?
Oh,
So why
dear.
wouldn't they say food is cheap?
Okay. This message is saying it's unfortunate that we are in a country that we would take 5 steps forward and take a mile backwards. If not, how come we don't always build to move forward in a positive direction after the last election, which is usually 4 years? Is that years? Are those years not adequate to prepare for the next election? We claim to still be the giant of Africa, yet other countries are making use of technology to conduct their elections. If terrorists can use technology in the forest and wilderness, why can't we have transmission of results electronically? On the issue of American soldiers coming into the country to assist in the fight against insecurity in the country, it's a welcome development since the government of the day has failed to carry out her responsibility of protecting life and property. All the government needs to do is to clearly spell out the terms and conditions that these foreign soldiers will operate and make it public so that other countries of the world can also be aware of in case US decides to take over fully our sovereignty. Olorun Agba, wow, God bless Nigeria. Temitokpe Onatoye. And from Frank Onero writing in from USA, the APC-led federal government has not only failed in the housing sector but virtually every sector of the country. Their failure is evident in health, infrastructure, agriculture, education, economy sectors, and most importantly, security. Despite these failures, the inept leadership of our government is pushing hard on efforts to rig and manipulate elections in 2027. Nigerians must rise up and ensure election results are transmitted electronically and in real time from the polling units. Franco Nero from USA. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, I am good. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Shola. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay. I greet Prince Chilak. My name is Shola. I'm calling from my brother.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, see, it's state pity. I just want to point out something. We think, I know most of us know, but for those that think we are practicing democracy, do they think we are practicing democracy? Our forefathers, the founding fathers of this country, won't they be turning in the graves? Look at where our politicians have led this country to. A public office holder compelling people openly, wicked, telling people that they must vote Tinubu. And even if you look at the premise of which the president came into, the kind of words he used, grab his message, run away. Look at how I read something about Adeleke this morning. Somebody was talking about him. He said Adeleke wept some time ago that he said the pressure from the presidency was so much to the camp. And look at all the governors. Is this democracy, for God's sake? Look at how we have handed over our sovereignty to another country. In fact, I will weep for Nigeria. The only thing now is that Nigerians should come out of their docility and fear. Look at Terrorism. Look at, if not that, I don't have pity for this man, and I even have pity more for the people following him, supporting him. These are the people that some people are looking at. If you look at that ADC party now, that's why I just shake my head. Apart from Obi, all of them are still the same. How many of them have come out to talk against the insurgency? Even the Atiku, when the man was killed, Atiku withdrew his commiseration. Where is the hope for this country? Why is it that the system doesn't allow the good people to come out? Apart from Obi, I would have wished that we have many of them. The Oshipa Jones, the Patriotomists, people that have patriotism. Not this kind of people. We have people that lack integrity. Nigerians, go and collect your PPC and let us make sure that transmission of results, without it, let there be civil disobedience. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, let's be peaceful in all our agitation. That's because if we are not, we'll give them the excuse to say something else, to change the narrative. Let's be peaceful.
No, but let me quickly add this. Have you not noticed that all the protests going on in Abuja, no tear gas has been shot? Have you not noticed it? Do you know why?
Why?
The elections are approaching.
Oh,
So they must give a sense of decorum and professionalism. So it simply shows you that the Nigerian police know the right things to do.
I haven't seen it from that angle.
But they try not to do it most times.
Okay.
The only time your politicians respect you and I is when the elections are coming up. Some of them will soon start selling...
they'll eat corn at the roadside.
Yeah, some of them will start carrying things on their head.
Yeah.
And trying to associate with the people.
Yes.
See, let me tell you, if they associate with you like that, once they get into power, that same day they'll change their phone numbers. They'll add more security to their doors. You cannot access them. Don't be deceived.
Oh dear God, our people. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Yango.
Yeah.
My name is Obinna calling from Mexico.
Thanks for joining, Obinna. Go on.
Do we still have a NEPA in Ejigbo? Because over 2 months ago, I'm not citing anything like light. So coming back to what you people are discussing, we are not in a democracy. A democracy where leaders, their families are not in the country. All of them have a dual citizen elsewhere. Why are you people expecting that then we do the country a better place to live for the civilians? We are not in a democracy. A democracy, a leader can come out and say whatever I want to say, talk whatever I want to talk without touching, without investigating him. What have Wike have not said to Nigeria? Did Akpabio contest election to be a Senate president? He did not. We are not in a democracy. This is not democracy. In short, it's not autocracy. It's a dictatorship. So we are just deceiving ourselves in this country. As I normally say, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It's when we start telling ourselves the truth in the country. Look at all those countries that is working a little. It's only integrity and the truth. Say things as it is, do things as it is. We are going nowhere without the truth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mazio Gochuku, aka Elder General from Isheru, is saying, good morning. This political witch hunt has destroyed our democracy. Arresting El Rufai is like keeping a time bomb in custody that needs to be handled with care. It's like supply in Nigeria has no remedy again. Free Mazin Namdi Kanu. Okay. I'm not sure Nigerians are saying El Rufai should not be arrested. Nigerians are saying if he has committed a crime, fine. But as he has committed a crime and is being prosecuted, Malami is being prosecuted, everybody else, the Yahya Bellos of this world, should also be prosecuted. But now Yahya Bello is going for Hajj. He's going to pray to God and tell God that...
Until we are ready as a people to draw a line between religion and governance. You see, I'm one of those who would say it's waste of resources for government to be involved
in religion, in Hajj and all
in
that.
Pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Call it whatever name you want to call it.
I think so too. And we are so religious that our election that was supposed to be in February, we are now thinking about January 21.
It's not that we are religious. We just pretend to ourselves. We lie to ourselves.
Anyway, Prince Chilaka, let's drop it here for now. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Young.
Okay. We're going to take a break shortly so that we can breathe a little bit. We'll be back at 10:30 to finish up with all your messages and all the calls that you've been dying to call us. Just give us this time to take a breath, as it were. And when we return, every other thing that we want to do, we can do at that time. I still remain Nyamgul Agaji. Thanks for being there.